You know, for the most part, I'm not a believer in the occult. You know, I guess I should say more the paranormal activity. You know, paranormal activity, ghosts and things like that. I mean, I generally am just not a believer. You know, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster. You know, all of those kind of unexplained phenomenon. You know, I'm just not a I'm just not a believer. I guess what I am, I'm a skeptic. You know, I'm a skeptic by nature. You know, and so whenever I hear something that I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is, then I tend to like think of things that it could be. You know, like, well, if I'm in a hotel and I hear some strange noises, it's the hotel creaking. You know, it's just settling, and buildings make noises and things like that, especially old buildings. You know, and my wife, she has we've stayed at a few different hotels over the years, and she gets all creeped out about this and that, and if we stay in a supposed haunted room, did we hear anything at night? I mean, I've set up cameras at night and things like that. And again, I'm not a believer in this stuff, but more for her, sake. And the little noises that we have heard, I mean, I tend to be like, you know what? I mean, it was probably just like I said, probably just the hotel settling, or it's just an old building, or someone down the hall screaming. I don't know. I mean, whatever, man. But I'm just not a believer for the most part in any of those things. I guess I'm just like I said, I'm a skeptic at heart. Now that said, I could think of one instance in my life that I experienced something that I can't, to this day, I can't put my finger on exactly what it was or what exactly happened. And what happened was, I mean, years ago when I was younger, a friend of mine, a buddy of mine, probably my best friend actually, we used to go downtown Denver and just kind of roam around, and Denver in those days was very different. There were a lot of vacant buildings. You could just go into these buildings and the door was open and you could just go explore, And we weren't vandals. We never vandalized anything. We didn't go into buildings and spray painted or broke windows or things like that, or broke bottles. I mean, really, we were explorers. That's how we thought of ourselves, as explorers. Like in the Goonies or Indiana Jones or any of those, those movies that we saw that we really that we really aspired to be like. We wanted to be like Indiana Jones. And so we would go into these buildings and just explore. I mean, some of them were like many stories high. We used to go up, into these buildings and just explore and walk around and go down. Anyway, there was one building downtown Denver that we used to go into. We actually just called it The Building because it was so neat, man. It was this old hotel is what it was. And then I think they closed it down, and then they turned it into offices, and then they closed that down, and it was just vacant for many, many years. And there was a door that you can get into. Now, this door was not open. Okay, I'm going to kind of come clean here. This door was not open, but we didn't bust down the door. I mean, there was a way that you could just pop open the door. It's not like we, rammed into it or anything like that. I know I'm justifying it because it still was trespassing, I'm sure. But, man, I mean, we used to go in this building and it was so cool, man, because you could go all the way up to the 12th floor and look out over parts of Denver, and you could go downstairs to the basement. And I remember the day that we discovered a sub-basement, and we had to open up this grate to get down there. We had to lower each other down. It was like the coolest, funnest, times, man. It really was. It was, like I said, like we were explorers, Anyway, I remember one day, I was waiting for Dee to get off work, and Dee worked downtown, and I didn't have anything to do, so it was probably right around this time, probably right around this time of day, it was dusk is what it was. I was like, I'm going to head over there to the building. I'm going to head into the building. I don't have anything else to do. I might as well just go, just kind of explore on my own, all by myself. And no one else was in there. We explored this thing top to bottom, all over the place. No one had gone in there. The doors were locked, the only way you could get in there was this one door, and you had to know the certain technique. Anyway, I went into the building, man, and I was probably on about the 6th floor, I think is what it was. And I remember walking down this hallway, and, it's just me by myself, and I'm just exploring. I'm just walking down the hallway, and, I stop, and I'm fiddling with my keys or something like that. And there's a cross hallway coming up ahead. And I hear something. I hear what sounded like water. Now, and it didn't sound like running water, but it sounded like swishing water, like as if a mop was being thrust into like a bucket of water, and then water was being, splashed down onto the ground and kind of splashed around. And then it would happen again. And it wasn't like a repetitive noise that was just like, kept going and going, like if it was dripping or something like that. It would happen, and then we'd kind of wait a little bit, and then it would happen again, and then like more water, and then it would stop, and then, it was the strangest thing. And it was right around the corner. It was right around the corner, man. And I was like, what the hell is that? And my logical brain kept trying to think what the hell it could be. Could a water pipe be leaking? I was listening. I kept listening to the sound and wondering, what the hell is it? And as I got closer to the corner, it got louder and louder. And and I'm not going to lie, man, I got freaked the hell out. Because I was like, what the hell is that, man? I could not figure out what it was. It got louder and louder, and I basically freaked myself out, turned, and ran the hell out the building, man. Ran my ass all the way down the stairs and got out the building. And to this day, I cannot figure out what it was, because I could hear the noise to this day. Even telling the story now, even kind of recalling and telling the story now, I feel a little like, ooh, man, I remember that feeling of like the unknown of like, what the hell is that? I imagined, my brain, of course, started filling in the blanks. There's a ghostly janitor right around the corner who is cleaning the floor, and I'm going to go around the corner and see his skeleton face, and I'm dead. So, I don't know what it was, though, man. It was crazy. So, anyway, just thought I would share a little bit about my past and a little bit of a scary, creepy, unexplained story, something that happened to SoopaBee. So, anyway, with that, my friends, my people, continue to ride with confidence, head up 100%. Yeah, this is SoopaBee. What the hell was that?